All right, man. So we're gonna go with another body game today. So today I want to talk about what working in the medical field as a nurse taught me about women, bro. So I mean, listen, I already knew a decent amount, but just working in the medical field taught me so much more. Of like just the work bays and shit like that. Like I've seen so many married women, bro. Like get off the phone with their husband, and then as soon as they get off the phone with their husband, while they're on the floor, some nurse comes, from some male nurse will come from downstairs, or radiologist will come from downstairs, or doctor will come from downstairs and start flirting with them and shit like that. The shit is crazy. It happens all the time, right? And obviously the husband's not gonna know because he's not at the work. But every girl, man, most chicks, bro, if your girl works in the medical field, she got a work bay, bro. She got a work bay somewhere. I mean, he could be a doctor, he could be a CNA, he could be a nurse. I've seen that shit like a lot, right? And it was something that I've heard of before. I was like, yeah, people have work bays, I guess. But until you see that shit, it's like, oh shit, like everybody got a work bay, on the hospital floors, the nursing homes, things like that, man. And then also the way they look at the doctor too. Obviously, there's like a hierarchy and shit like that. They're all like super. If the doctor's like young and decent looking, they're always gonna be fawning over him and shit all the time, bro. And it's just like seeing that side of shit is just very, very interesting. You see what I'm saying? And then another thing is just like how vain, how vain women can be. Because a lot of women would ask me, like when I was working there, I'd be like, nah, I don't eat that, man. I keep it clean. And they'd be like, oh my God, like you should train me. And then they'd be like, never mind, I'm just gonna go get a BBL. And like listen, every single nurse was talking about getting BBLs. Like they all a lot of them get BBLs or get work done. You know what I'm saying? So they could obviously, so they could look good or whatever. But instead of doing it the natural way, a lot of them just get like BBLs and eat whatever. I've seen a lot of that going on. And then of course, just how similar men and women are. I mean, the misconception that I feel like we have as men is that women are just these innocent creatures that don't have sex drives. But being in the medical field, I definitely seen that happen over and over. Like the amount of times I went out on the floor, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, God damn, you fine. And I like first impression is, God damn, you fine. The amount of times girls are like, hey, what's your number? What's this? What's that? Like, and just ready to you know what I mean? So like that happened a lot as well. Like that straightforwardness, a lot of that happens in the medical field. Like they'll just let you know. And I remember this one time, I'll never forget this one. This one was funny. I remember, I'm doing agency. So I'm in a new nursing home. I'm pushing the cart, going from room to room. And then the charge nurse comes out of nowhere. And there's this area in the ceiling where the sun hits, bro. It was like some light skin shit, bro. Like the sun hit me. And your boy was looking crispy as per usual. I had a fresh cut, so the sun hit me, and like the charge nurse walks by and she's like, what a sexy piece of chocolate. I mean, who are you? And I was just like, what the fuck? Because I'm used to getting that shit in like TikTok comments and like messages, but like getting that shit in real life was kind of funny, bro. So she was like, yeah, that whole shift she was like doing all my work for me and shit like that. But just how freaky a lot of the nurses are, man. It's just a lot of them are like that, man. And the thing is, especially as guys, like most guys, especially the inexperienced guys, which is probably like 80% of guys, honestly, 80-90% of guys, they don't understand that, women have two sides to them. They think that women are just these innocent, creatures that wait till marriage and stuff like that. But, it gets freaky in the medical field, man. It gets real freaky, man. Different work bays and stuff like that. I remember another situation, man. So, I was working at, facility. I'm not going to name the facility because then you guys going to put two and two together and they might be watching this video and shit. But anyways, working at this facility and, I was a new kid in town. I was real quiet, right? But like all the chicks were talking about me. There used to be a chick that worked across the street. Literally, she worked across the street and she knew I came at 7 p.m. So she gets off at 6. So she would, wait for me until 7 p.m. just to like flirt with me. The shit was hilarious. And she'd say some funny shit. It was funny. It was funny, right? I guess some people would call it harassment, but it was kind of fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. But she would do that shit every day. Every time I was working, she would come over and be like, hey, sexy, when are we going? And just all this crazy shit. I can't even say it for YouTube, the shit that she was saying. But anyways, I remember there was a girl that worked at the front desk and I started messing with her. Come to find out that she was messing with some other dude. And then she was in a relationship with another dude. And I was like, the fuck? Because I was night shift. So she was messing with me, but she was also messing with another night shift dude, but she was in a relationship with a dude during day shift. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Let me remove myself from this. I didn't know that, but there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Like, I mean, you got to think about it. You spend 12 hours somewhere and, you really don't have time for anything else because when you go home, you're just sleeping and like catching up on sleep, maybe working out, doing some errands. So I saw a lot of that in the medical field. So basically what the medical field taught me is, I mean, stuff that I already learned, just like from getting red pilled and stuff. But it's just to another extent. Like, there was another chick. I don't know if I should go into the story, but there was another chick, and I remember I got on the floor. It was a new facility because I was agency, and I was like, she was like, hey, blah blah blah. Let me know if you need some help. Here's my number if you need help. And I was like, no, I don't need help. I don't need your number. And she's like, well, just in case you need help, take my number. I was like, I'm not gonna need help. I've been doing this for a while. And she's like, well, take my number anyways. So then, I took her number, and we messed around a little bit. Come to find out, she had like a boyfriend, but she said they were not together, but they were. So it's just crazy. Like it just put me on game a lot, period. But yeah.